Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Chapter 2 of Samurai 8, Masashi Kishimoto's new sci-fi samurai series. When we last left off, we were introduced to a whole bunch of terminology that admittedly kind of bogged the chapter down. But at its core, it was about Hachimaru, a kid who was just super weak and could not move and could not live without being connected to some giant machine. And his father trying to get him this, a mobile life support system requiring a locker ball, which we eventually find out is like the soul of a samurai. And by the end of the chapter, there's this gang boss who looks a lot like Naruto, and Hachimaru ends up getting this locker ball and becoming one with it in a way, and becomes a true samurai who can move around and is kind of a robot. Also, he meets this dog master named Daruma. And yeah, that's about everything. That's a super long chapter chunked down into a minute. So let's jump right on into Chapter 2, A Guest from Above. And we have this cover picture of Hachimaru stretching as Daruma sits there with his katana. A warm morning on a relaxed day, Chapter 2, A Guest from Above. And so we open on Hachimaru just chowing down on takoyaki. I love takoyaki! Who knew food could taste so good? Oh, you sound like it's your first time trying it. And it's Daruma, the dad, and Hachimaru all seated around a table. He used to have tons of allergies and constant stomach issues as well. Right, because Hachimaru is now a samurai. I guess all of his allergies are gone. So I never gave him anything other than apples, because they are good for digestion and liquid food. But why would the first thing you try be this? I'm sure you had something more chewable in mind. I wanted the chewy part. And Daruma, just like kind of chuckling to himself. I don't quite get this bit about the chewy part, but whatever, I'm gonna ignore it. Daruma's kind of chuckling to himself, sipping on his tea. Octopus legs are 8, eaten by a warrior great. That's a good omen. I'm not a sickly toothpick anymore. I'm gonna eat whatever from now on. Daruma smiles. You're clearly a morning person. That's because I could finally turn whichever way I wanted in bed without those cords on my back. And I slept like a log yesterday. I like that kind of admission, like he couldn't sleep on his back because he had giant cords there. Thanks for the food. And he stands up and goes over to his VR system. Now, I'll play some more of yesterday's game. And Hayataro comes over and like kind of tugs on his sleeve. What is it, Hayataro? Meow? Oh, got it. You're right. I won't need to take them for a walk anymore. I guess he would use the katana to walk around, and I guess it was just sitting on the ground already? I don't know, can't... It's attached to his waist, so I don't know why he bothers to put it up. But whatever. And he hangs it on the wall. Thanks for bringing me my katana all those times. Meow, meow. And Hachimaru smiles and looks at the wall. Well, they are all fake anyway. Oh, he wasn't keeping it on him because he now has a real sword and doesn't need a fake one. I'll just give them to Master Daruma as walking sticks. Finally, my great adventure begins! And he steps outside his house. Onwards! And the dad is just like sipping on his tea. You're just taking Hayataro out for a walk nearby, so exaggerating much? Dad, you're ruining the mood again! And Daruma comes over and hands Hachimaru his katana. A samurai without a sword is worse than a person without pants. Carry one with you at all times. That's just a fake sword. Didn't I split a cup with this very blade? And Hachimaru readies his blade and has a cup out for him to practice slicing with it. And he slices it in half, and it cuts. It cuts in half. I did it! Finally! A samurai is a man of action. A samurai who sits on his hands, akin to a person with pants on his head. And Hachimaru turns to Daruma. Can you do metaphors that don't include pants? I'm not sure I get what you're saying. Someone who will not draw a blade from its sheath will never see how sharp it is. Basically. Still didn't get it, but it sounded cool. Please continue your lectures, master. And the dad calls out, don't go too far. A lot of weird and dangerous folks out there. It's your first time, so be careful. He's gonna run into them, I already know it. I know, and Hachimaru and Hayataro run off. I'm a little frustrated with how similar Hachimaru and Hayataro's names sound, but whatever. Anyway, we go to what looks like a ruined city with, like, smoke spewing, which is Not a good sign. Or maybe it's just that's part of their architectural style is to be cracked, and it's just like regular chimneys. I don't know. Yeah, ha ha ha! Oh, I guess he's back into a VR game. So we see someone in a tank. And there are like these pig samurais. Good job. The canal's as good as ours. Let's rain a bullet salute on them, bro. Foo-foo. Bring upon them a true siren song of death. Shoot! And we see the tank, shoots its blast, and we see a paw set down. Maybe it's Hayataro. Probably it's Hayataro. So maybe this is the real world. Or maybe not, because we got to somewhere else, and it's not ruined. And it's a normal town with people walking by on weird animals and weird ships and all kinds of weird places. Do you think I'll finally have friends? I mean, there are tons of houses and, people out there. Meow. Yeah, it was night when we saved Dad. Too dark to see what outside's like. I guess Hayataro was asking if he hadn't already been outside when he rescued his father. Hayataro just kind of smiles and, leaps up. Whoa! And we see Hachimaru now gets a look at the entire, sprawling town. That's still really weird in its design, and it's still a little hard to make out a lot of the things. Is this thing floating in the air supposed to be, a ship, or an animal, or just a weird fixture? I'm not sure. But then, Hayataro's front legs are, transforming. Hayataro, you become so cool now! And they transform into wings, and they, help them fly in the air. You can transform and fly now? So cool! Wait, it's too high! You're flying too high, I'm scared! And he kind of, after he kind of, tries to, block the air from his face, but he, puts his hand down and his eyes widen. Thanks, Hayataro. No matter what happens to us from now on, we'll always... shit! And he just, stops! He stops his shonen speechifying. Shit! This is so awesome! And Hayataro is going down, and this blast cuts through Hayataro? There's no way he's dead from that, right? Meow! I'm falling! And we see there's a samurai dojo. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be in the same place as where Hachimaru is. Besides coming here in the first place, you'll become mighty warriors and protect our planet. There is no way but the warrior way. This is why our dojo exists. Yes, master! And then somewhere in the Yakuza-style dojo's dormitory, I'm sure this is this is probably the same dojo. I don't know. Stop wasting time on games. Get your ass out to training. Do you want to see people ignoring the poor baby again? You seem to be louder and more charismatic, and they'll stop. If anyone can do it on a whim, there wouldn't be shut-ins. I'm only saying that because I worry. Would you like if you were being called a nobody? Stop talking about people like they aren't here. So I guess we're with someone else, I guess? I don't know, there's a whole lot of words going on here, and very little story going on, which has kind of been my issue with this series. There's very little sense that I have any idea what's going on a lot of the time. It will just, suddenly go somewhere else, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Doesn't have a lot in the way of establishing shots. I'm not sure if this place is supposed to be related to the dojo we see on page 13, because somehow the dojo has a shut-in? I don't know, but the shut-in calls out, please stop fighting, you guys. I can't focus on the game. The highest-ranking player didn't come today, too. And the shut-in pauses. And someone else... I can't tell who the hell is supposed to be talking. Is that her arms talking? Do you intend to spend your life as a shut-in? I remember the time when your dream was to become a great warrior and earn a magnificent warrior name. And then her other arms are also talking. No, her dream was always to grow up into a gorgeous woman and find a wonderful lover. I guess her arms can talk? Please stop fighting, Righty-kun and Lefty-san. Are you insane? He's a boy! What does a body matter? Her soul is female. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Anyway, so yeah, I guess her arms can talk. You're right, it won't matter if we don't get out of here. Everything will happen as it will. I guess she has talking arms for some reason? I get what's going on here. Hachimaru has crashed into the roof of this building that she's in. Alright, because we see this crash on the roof, and I'm assuming that's where Hachimaru fell. I don't know why he fell. A human? And Hachimaru sees the shut-in. Are you injured? Wait. I apologize. There was a hole in the sky? Promise I'll fix your roof. It's just... He can see me! Huh? What? And yeah, so we get to sometime later, and the shut-in is talking to him. People don't usually see me. I'm mostly invisible, especially since I'm a girl. You're not invisible, people just ignore you. Hey, if you keep talking, you'll scare the lad. And Hachimaru just kind of like, what is going on with this person? You've been mumbling to yourself for a while there. I'm scared. Can you just stop looking at me? I wasn't mumbling. I was talking to Righty-kun and Lefty-san. So yeah, I guess she's not hiding the fact that her arms can talk. First I fell down from the sky, and now I'm talking to some weirdo? Dad was right. Sorry about your roof, but I can't fix it right away. I lost my dog Hayataro on the way down, and I had to find him first. Where am I, by the way? Huh? You're not a disciple here? Disciple? We're in the 7th ward of the castle town. This is the dormitory of Yakuza-style dojo, training grounds for future members of the Akagi Castle's warrior corps. Warriors? Dojo? You mean this is a samurai dojo and you're a samurai disciple? I mean, and you want to become a samurai someday? Actually, And Hachimaru was like, jumped right on that. I am a samurai, and my name is going to be super known across the galaxy, like the meteor Akalas. I'm the next falling star, got it? Nice to meet you. And Hachimaru very quickly kind of jumped into this kind of, I'm already the greatest, Naruto mold. Alright. Even though today's technically only day 1 of that. So what's your name? So, okay, Hachimaru is already a little bit more tame than Naruto. He's admitted that he's, already only day 1 of being a samurai. And the shut-in kind of, looks at him and, like, lowers her head. It's getting too hard for him to talk. I'll do it instead. I'm Righty. He does want to become a samurai, but we all know that's impossible. Her arms that come up. Suffice it to say, getting to training would be an improvement, but as he's never even taken a sword out of the scabbard. I see. You're all talk? And then Lefty comes up. Can I speak too? I'm Lefty. You see, this girl was brought here as a very young child. She doesn't know much about her own past, so she doesn't know her name. And Hachimaru responds, people have to call you something. Nobody. That's the only name I have. Just choose your own name. It's not that hard. She can't even decide what her gender is. Choosing a name might be difficult, and she doesn't know if she should take a female or a male name. If you have anything dangling down there, you're a boy. If you're not, you're a girl, no? There goes our old friend, gender essentialism. Alright, generally, anime does not have a great track record of dealing with, transgender characters. So I'm already a little nervous, as we're in our 2nd chapter, and, Hachimaru's line there is already there, but maybe it'll be a growth thing for Hachimaru. We'll find out. Hachimaru sits down. Have you ever actually talked to someone other than your hands? You're really bad at it. No, I've been alone in this room for too long. And that strikes a chord with Hachimaru, which we're already seeing the kind of Naruto-ness of it. Naruto, of course, would always find things that he related to and people he was talking to. And already Hachimaru is doing that. I get food and other things via delivery by unmanned holders. You're the first person I've spoken to in 8 years. She looks out the window, and Hachimaru kind of thinks to himself. So you spent all this time in this room by yourself? I play games. Samurai, fighting games. Oh, I love those! Want to go around? I don't mind, but it probably won't be any fun for you. I'm ranked 2nd best on the whole planet. You won't win. Why? I'm strong because I never go out and don't have friends. I just play. Other gamers get flack because of people like you know. People look through me. I don't even have a name. This game is the only place where I matter. There's nothing good out there for someone like me. Sounds like something someone who really wants to go outside would say. You want to make friends, don't you? You seem to understand me pretty well. Even I don't understand myself. And Hachimaru pauses for a second. Actually, And the shut-in, or nobody, or whatever we're calling them, We see their eyes for the first time. Yells at him. Listen, you. You can go outside whenever you like. You're a samurai. You throw around the word friends like it's nothing. Someone like you could never understand me. We're seeing very much the Naruto-ness of all this. And they call out to Hachimaru, I think you better go. Forget about the roof. Hey, and Hachimaru stands up. Want to make a bet? A bet? Yeah, imagine that game of yours. If you win, I'll go away. But if I win, you'll go with me. You'll help me walk Hayataro. There's no point. Why? I can't possibly lose. Someone who will not draw a blade from its scabbard will never see how sharp it is. And nobody pauses. Fine, I'll play. And we see the game system turned on. They both got their headsets on. Onwards, to battle! And they're in the game. They're having their sword fight. I'm assuming the one on the right, who's very clearly masculine with Hachimaru. The more ambiguous one is probably Nobody. And Hachimaru, Nobody's blade is coming right towards Hachimaru. Gotch! And then she's like shocked for a sec. And we see, I think that's Hachimaru's hands doing some like crazy clicking. And Hachimaru smiles. He managed to cancel a move within this short window of time, and then stepped into a pre-decided move. You could do that! And in the game, Hachimaru has like disappeared behind them and like cut them in two. No way, you're not! You can't be the legendary Hachimaru! I sure didn't think you were really number 2. We've had over 100 million battles in this series, right? So they battled a lot before, I guess. That's how Hachimaru was so confident in his skills. It's really you. Yep. I'm the highest ranking player, Hachimaru. So, I'm going to hold you to your promise, number 2. And they kind of like look at him for a second and then frown and like put their head down. I've always thought you were just like me. I've even entertained the thought we were kindred spirits. But you're so different from me. Too different. Not really. I was a shut-in too until yesterday. What? You were? And I guess some time passes and Hachimaru tells her the story. I see. You couldn't go out even though you wanted to. So you and I aren't that different. We both don't know nothing about the outside world. And we're both scaredy cats who really like games. Look at me. I left my house for the first time ever today. Immediately crashed into something, fell down, lost my dog. A lot of not fun things happened, but there were good things too. And Nobody turns to look at him. Like what? Meeting you. I bumped right into someone I've wanted to meet for a long time. And that turned out to be a interesting friend the same age as me. Just like that, one of the things I've always wanted came true. If it goes like this, I can't hold my excitement for what happens tomorrow, or the day after, or the day after. So thanks. And Nobody pauses, and we see they're like starting to cry. Why would you be thanking someone like me? Because you're the reason I'm thinking that. And the tears start to flow. And we cut to outside the dormitory, and Nobody takes their first steps outside. And they're, like, buffeted by the sunlight. You know, they squint against it, because they've never experienced sunlight before. And out comes Hayataro, who's okay, bounding up the road. Oh, Hayataro! You found me first! Someone else is going to walk with us, okay? Meow! And we see back to that tank, from that random tank midway through the chapter. Like, bounds over the hills. Go! Is it a good move to attack from here, bro? They said the guards here are super strong wolf samurai. Is this the real world, then? I think this is the real world. Idiots. We just went on a rampage to fool all of them into focusing outside the walls. They are looking for us outside. They say a high-priced gem of a mysterious samurai is held there. Do you think we'll find treasure there? We'll be taking it. It's dojo break time. Only the lowest-ranking underlings are left. We'll slaughter them all. And we see they have Hayataro, Hachimaru, and Nobody in their sights. Attack of Violent Pigs. Next chapter will be 23 pages. That's it for chapter 2. Alright, so there's... I mean, the Nobody gender question is going to be really looming large over what they do with Nobody as a character. I don't know. There's so little we know about them. And I don't know if... I mean, this isn't something I think Kishimoto's ever covered before, the sexy jutsu was the closest of a story beat we've ever had to anything like trans issues in Kishimoto comics. And like that's not at all. So I'm hesitant but cautious. I'm going to choose to be optimistic. You know, until Kishimoto has not let us down yet. He hasn't let us up either, but, you know, we'll see how Kishimoto handles it. But yeah, beyond that, I do hold to my claim that there's a lot of Naruto-ness going on with how Hachimaru treats Nobody. As, you know, the instant, oh, we're just the same. We'll see if Kishimoto brings that up all through the series. I mean, it's clearly a theme Kishimoto likes a lot, the we're not that different thing. Just by its being everywhere in Naruto, and then again showing up so early in Samurai 8, we'll see how much he sticks with it. If it'll continue to be a recurring theme like it was in Naruto. Beyond that, there's not so much to say about their little in-game fight. It's really short, and very little happens with it. But yeah, beyond that, there's really not a... Like, the first half of the chapter is pretty much just, you know, Hachimaru hanging out and enjoying his newfound freedom. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with... We'll see what comes. I imagine the pigs thing won't last past probably chapter... Maybe it'll be a 2-chapter thing. Or 2 more chapters. But yeah, there are just random pig samurai here to fight. I don't know what their deal is. Maybe they're just random guys? I don't know. There's so little about this outside world that we know about. There's very little world building in these first couple chapters. Besides, like, the grand, like, mythology of this world. But yeah, I don't really have that much more to say about this chapter. Hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like, or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes you happy, you know? And remember, your life is your own, okay? Bye!